Hello and welcome to the Misery Map Tour. Thank you for watching this video. I just want to note that before we start this tour, everything in this video is subject to change, and some of the map is still being developed, so keep that in mind as we walk through this. And also, you might see me just completely ignore some of the cool looking stuff around us, and I have to do that because I was requested to by the developers, because they want to keep some surprises still for the update, and man, there are a lot of cool things coming with this update. New things to interact with, new things to do, lots of, honestly, pretty game-changing changes as well, so lots of exciting things. So if you want to stay in tune with all of that, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to be having videos on it whenever it comes out for sure. But now, we're just going to start off this tour, and right now, we're in what I would consider kind of the central hub of the map, because it's going to be kind of an area where people cross through to get to other sections of the map pretty frequently, but I don't think people will be necessarily hanging out here a lot. And that is Sepsis Plaza. Here it is here, Sepsis Plaza. It's got like the little pool underneath with the tower. Oh, we'll be going down that way in a minute. So I'm going to show you guys this infirmary here. So this area actually has a lot of other spots that kind of branch off of it. Sepsis Plaza does, and that's why it's kind of like a central hub alongside the wartime courtyard, basically. So here's a vent. I'll be showing you guys more about these vents whenever we play a scum. It's pretty self-explanatory how they're going to work, but essentially those are your paths to the underground now. So watch out for those in this Cortex and be ready to utilize them if you're on the scum team. And now we're going to cross on into wartime. Boom, look at this. This thing is freaking awesome in my opinion. This whole courtyard. And the inside is just as freaking cool. As per usual, you have your tool request. Then you have your warehouse side with your materials. There's little balconies on both sides now. Cross over to the other side. Got your balconies again, and obviously where you're going to be manufacturing your explosives. And now I'm going to show you guys the soup kitchen. And the soup kitchen is basically the re-renovated ration factory. You just got to go down this lit-up hallway to this ominously lit door, and as you can see on the right, the ever-so-infamous soup kitchen. If we just peer off the sides here too, you can see there's like a little pool there, neurostabilizer, but we'll get to those in a minute. Soup kitchen, active resource, fish. And then we have these terrifying-looking pits that I'm sure people are going to just love to push each other into. Myself included. Okay, and here's where we're going to do the math to get our sights. Pretty freaking cool. I think this is a phenomenal upgrade in comparison to the ration factories we have now. So, holy shit, this place looks badass. So to get the fish, though, you're just going to come down these steps. And in this pool right here is where we're going to get our fish. So this will be kind of a cool little hangout spot. You can fish, you can play some Evil 1 and hang out. Then we have our new little like Nexus quarters for the Cortex. You can see there's an armory in there, a Nexus in there. It's actually pretty small in there, so I'll be showing you it a little later. But we're just going to wander around, and I'm just going to tell you guys about the map as we go. There's some stuff I can't talk about, as per I mentioned earlier, but you'll still be able to see it at least. Neurostabilizer that we already passed earlier. Do not step on grass. Report anyone seen on grass. The Cortex. Oh, look at that. Looks like there's a potential texture bug there that needs to be patched. So we have a laundromat. A store. The stores are freaking pretty awesome. Got a toilet back here. New food stand. You can see you can now craft the little shipments, which is freaking awesome. And here is the casino. Let's wander on down there. We're going to be gambling in ankle-deep water, boys. It's going to be lit. Got an Evil 1. Slot machines. Another shop. Our bathroom. Make some jankum, drink some sink water. You know how it is. One thing I find that's kind of cool is almost all the shops have a back door too. So I know this one only has one door, but a lot of the other ones have back doors we'll talk about. So we came from that way. We're going to go this way now. And this map is definitely like a labyrinth. And it does a really good job of really getting that industrial nightmare vibe. At least for me it does. So everything's kind of neutral colored. And honestly, it just looks like a very industrial environment. Everything's pretty closed off too. So here's our first apartment block. Apartment block A, I think. Oh no, apartment block F. And this thing is basically 4 stories tall of all the same thing. And here are the apartments. And I'll slip into the apartment just to show you it, but other than that, I can't really talk about it. Just know there's a lot of cool stuff that we can do. Got kitchen. We got our own little personal locker where we can change our cosmetics alongside a normal storage. Got our bed, little wood fire stove, and a little hobbit door. And all the apartments pretty much look the same as far as I've been able to discover. And so yeah, there's like 4 stories of this, which is freaking awesome. Lots of apartments, and there's like 3 different apartment blocks. So basically everybody on the server will be able to have an apartment, which I think is a good thing. Waiting around for an apartment sucks. Okay, let's see here. Bear with me because I'm still learning the map, so I might backtrack a lot. Here's another neurostabilizer. It's like a little trash area almost. It's a dumpster you can get inside of. There's really nothing of any real significance in it. I'll just show you guys it anyways, though. You can get in the dumpster. Hang out in the dumpster with the boys if you want. Here's one of those balconies from the wartime. Another shop. And now this is a workshop. Let me show you what's in the back of these workshops. These workshops are freaking awesome. You can make plates in this one. There's a toilet in this one. You can make axles. You got your own generator and a workbench. It's freaking crazy what are in the back of these things now. They're actually pretty worth it. And you could have like multiple people share a lease, right? So it's freaking cheap. Here's that courtyard we were just in, where you can fish, and look at that. It links back to wartime. So now we're gonna just travel on to the other side. Got a civil center here. Another Cortex thing. Another shop. Now this shop, I think, is even nicer than the one I just showed you guys. Look at this. Axles, plates, cooking, toilet, generator, workbench, chest, and a nice view of the wartime courtyard. Freaking awesome. Got a civil center there. And you see, these are actually doors that lead to actual places. They're not just blatantly just there to hold up space. See? So it leads to this one. See how it's a back door? It's the back door to this one. The shops are pretty damn big. It's nice. So here's another laundromat. Laundromat's bigger, a lot more space. I think it's an improvement. But something about the underground laundromat and the other map will always hold a special place in my heart. So much chaos has taken place there throughout my playtime of this game. It's never going to be forgettable. So here's another workshop, or a tool shop. It's actually, I think, the only one on the map. I'm not exactly sure, though. Got a workbench, a chest, axles, plates, and then, of course, where you can turn them in for sights. It's just a little cutout here. You can maybe loot the dumpsters. Stupid blue-collar tweakers running the D block. Pros for life. Here's like a subway type of system. And see, it leads to another apartment block. And this one is just like the other one. There's like 3 or 4 stories of all these apartments. We could have like apartment block wars. C block versus F block. Let's do it. And then here's the plaza. You can see we have basketball now. Or at least a toilet hoop. Maybe we can have some 3-on-3 Pro tournaments. That could be something potentially fun we could do in the Chroma Gang server. Another shop out here. Got our night market out here and our dealer. Yeah, there's shop. There's propaganda all over the map, which I think is really cool. Got our pharmacility. Which, to me, it's kind of funny, because it seems like it's like a renovated bathroom that's been turned into, like, a chemistry lab. Shit's hilarious. And the reason why I think that is because if you go to the other side, it's literally a bathroom, so shit's funny. Very in tune with the fact that, like, in dystopian worlds like this, the military is way overpowered and gets all the nice stuff, and the medical facilities is just kind of like a side note. Alright, so we're headed back to wartime, and then we're going to check out the club. We're going to go to the club. Let's see if I can remember how to get there, but if not, I'll just cut to it. So we need to go this way now. Okay, I'll just show you this instead. We're at Metalworks. We have the ore smelter, the mining hall, the loading bay. So you can see you'll just pop that open and that's where you'll turn in your galvanized ingots. You go this way, you have both your smelters. One here, one here. And then this is really cool because it's like you're actually going down into a mine now. And honestly, I think this run is a lot better than the long-ass hallway we have on the other map. It's nowhere near as long, and it looks cooler, so... And look at this. This is where the frickin' mining hall is, and ore actually will fall from the sky and can potentially kill you if it hits you. Kind of reminds me of like a penitentiary, and look at that. Freaking hilarious. It reminds me of like a prison, and it's almost like this place is like a renovated prison that's been turned into a spot for all these people to live. Now, I'm not sure if that's what the lore is or anything like that. That's just how it feels to me. But it definitely fits the Industrial Nightmare vibe pretty good. I'm not sure if that's the vibe they're going for, but that's the vibe I'm getting. So we're just going to wander off this way. B block. Got our biofuel refiner, a shop, workbench, a bunch of random stuff, and look at this. We have a second metalworks where you turn stuff in. It's pretty much the exact same layout, but for some reason right now it's closed. Maybe they'll open it by the time they actually release the map, but as for right now it's closed. Like we said earlier, everything in this is subject to change. Because you can see these stairs kind of lead up to it. And this looks like it might lead down to it. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. We'll have to see in the future, though. Moving on. We're just going to keep keeping on. Got little sinks everywhere to drink. And now this area is basically our new distillery, which is a big-ass upgrade from the old one. So here's where you're going to turn your bottles in. Look how big this area is. And look, it's been optimized. We actually have our crop plots right next to our distillers. So, distillery might be the new meta, boys. Might be the new meta in terms of getting sites. We'll have to see, though. And there is a lot of them. Like, holy crap. They're tucked back in here. They're tucked back in here. They're everywhere. So there's a lot of them now. It's really nice. And as you can see, this is where you'll get your slop. So no more running all the way from greenhouses to the distillery anymore, which is a big upgrade. So this is... Look at that. We just saw the train. So that train will actually kill you if you're running over the top there, as I'm sure you could have imagined. So this long tunnel right here, it doesn't really lead anywhere right now, but I'm sure in the future they're going to have it lead somewhere. Potentially. Hopefully. If not, maybe we could have some, like, frickin' Fight Club back there or something. So let's cross over this before the train comes. Go, go, go! Now we're on the other side of the train station. See, it says beware of train. We have a civil center, and here's where our vomit coffin will be coming out of. Or at least I think this is where the vomit coffin's going to be coming out of. Another apartment block. It's the exact same, and part of the reason why this feels like very industrial to me is because everything's very, like, seems like symmetrical in a way. At least for the living quarters. Everything's the same, very uniform. It's just, you know, everything's kind of gone to shit. All the trash everywhere and whatnot. And now we're on the outside of that area. I was considering the distillery. See, Bleakwater Brewers. Got more distiller stuff here. And look at this. We have conveniently made our way to the club. Here's a store. Dealer spawn, event. And here we are. I personally like this club a lot more. The only thing I kind of like about the other one slightly better is it's a little darker and the pink kind of dominates the lighting more. Because I think there's a little too much neutral lighting in what I would think of a club. Because whenever I imagine a nightclub, I always think of, like, you know, like the Blade movie whenever he's fighting in the very beginning. I'll have a clip to it. You can see how everything's, like, very dark and flashing lights and it's like a party environment. But maybe they don't want to do that because they don't want to give somebody, like, epilepsy or something like that. But anyways, there's, like, a bar back here. So you can see. Yeah, I definitely like the vibe. Don't forget, everything's subject to change, so... I know I keep saying that, but I just want to reiterate it so that way nobody gets their feelings hurt if they're, like, excited for something and it suddenly vanishes. We do have Evil 1 up here as well. You know, me personally, whenever I'm walking around this map, I'm looking at it from a scum perspective or a PvP perspective because, you know, that's basically what I play mostly. So the club looks like it's going to be very dangerous to go into because there's one way in and one way out. Now we're going to go out the other door. And look at the name of this place. The name of it is, like, very fitting. I like it. Boogie Down at the Bone Zone. I like the name personally. I'm a bit of a anatomy nerd, so the fact that they have a very, like... They have a lot of, like, anatomy and hints, you know? Sepsis Plaza, and we're back. Alright, now I'm going to double check to make sure I didn't miss any of the major points of this map. And if I didn't, I'm just going to take us into the underground. So I guess I could show you guys inside here. Relatively small. And I'll actually share with you guys a secret fact. If you're a rogue, you can actually pass through that without dying, but any other fate will get insta-killed by the lasers. So just keep that in mind. Don't tell anyone. Okay, so now we've spawned in as a scumbag in the underground. But we're not quite in the underground yet. We're at one of the entry points. I really like the overgrowth that they're doing with the underground vibe. You'll see it a little later. And so this door is kind of going to slam open, but it only does that because I'm in, like, a developer build of this. So see how it slams open like that? It won't have that animation whenever the actual thing is, like, finished. And here's one of those vents I was telling you about. So you can see the potential games you could play with these vents. Pop out of one, take a shot, close it, lock it, and go to a different one. Could be pretty diabolical. We'll see how it plays out whenever the full thing comes out. So we're just going to head on down here. And one thing I like about the underground is it actually feels like you're descending into some place because you have almost every entry point. And I think every entry point is like this. You have to descend down like this pipe structure. And we are here in the underground. And we're just going to start off this way first. Let's go this way, actually. To me, it seems like this place is like a renovated underground railroad system or train station. I'm not really sure entirely what it's supposed to be quite yet, but you can see there's another entry point. Let's go over this way. Got some generators down here. Look at this, Rat Retreat. It's basically our version of the underground bar on this map. Got some cooking and whatnot. Evil 1. Crafting stations, another entry / exit point. I think the overgrowth was a really good touch. I know I'm like glazing the overgrowth, but I just think it's really cool. So now we're on the back of Rat's Retreat. And that's basically this whole section. We're going to go into another one. The underground is actually quite big, so we got some cool stuff to see here. And look at this. This is probably my favorite spot in the game now, right down here. Look at this. The cult basically has their own church now, which is crazy. And on the other side of the church is the ever so amazing ritual pit. Just look at this thing, dude. Absolutely insanity. So freaking sick. You can actually see the dark waters that call to us. If you look at a zealot, it'll say the dark waters call to you, which I think is a really cool touch. But now we can actually see the dark waters. Look at this. Here's the zealot spawn. And I think this area is kind of going to be like the new main hangout. It's got to make our way up the stairs. It's nice and well lit up too, which I kind of like. There are still stashes like hidden in all the dark corners and stuff. You just got to look for them. Similarly to on the last map using a lighter and whatnot. We have crafting, a chest, our other little chest. And I like how close these are. Makes it more like conducive in terms of crafting whatever we want to craft, basically. So let's go this way now. So there's our armory. So the rogue spawn is somewhere around here. And if we turn to the right and go this way, now there's something down here some of you will be very excited about. Not only is there the gate to the slave pit down here, there it is, a watering hole. And yes, in this watering hole, you can fish. So we got fishing in the underground now. But it did kind of cost us mining. So if you're somebody that enjoys making firearms, maybe you'll see this as kind of a negative. But if you're somebody that enjoys cooking and whatnot, you'll probably see it as a positive. And one thing this makes me think as well is that the cult is probably going to have to start going on Metalworks runs, which could be really fun considering the new Metalworks area. I could see some pretty epic firefights taking place over there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments about all that. And we're not even done yet. We still got like, I think 2 other main areas to check out. Here's the Cortex Armory, like we already said. Biofuel Refinery. Another exit / entry point. See, this is kind of the part that makes me think this is like an underground subway or something, because you see there's like a bunch of car parking areas. And then it's almost like as if these are like train station spots. Now, I'm not sure why this is down here, because we don't have anything to craft any of this stuff. Like, we don't have the ore or the coal. But maybe they're imagining that like we'll steal it all and bring it down here and use it. Or maybe they plan on adding a coal mining area for the people in the underground later on. Because, you know, this map isn't fully finished developing yet. But one thing I think is absolutely crazy is look at this. We now have a vent that is completely safe to throw stuff in the underground. So that's a big buff for the guys in the underground. Because now we can buy any type of drugs whenever we go to the upper ground. Which is freaking awesome. But there's no stores in the underground anymore. So basically we got a lot. We basically have been given some things and lost others. We lost mining, we got fishing. We lost stores, we got Jankum. And I'm pretty sure we'll be able to drink from these too, but we can't right now. So yeah. There's like kind of some trade-offs that take place. I'm personally not too heartbroken about not having stores down here because most of the time people just use them as like extended storage anyways and didn't even actually sell anything. So there's that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we have seen all the major points of the map now. Yeah, here's Rat's Retreat. We've already been there. I've already showed you the precinct area and now the church area. Yeah, we've already been in here too. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it in terms of the Misery map. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know if there's anything you guys are excited for, anything you hope to see. If you could leave me a like and a comment, I would greatly appreciate it. I want to add there's a lot of things I had to just basically blatantly walk past and not check out or talk about because, you know, there's a lot of stuff they want to still have a surprise for you guys whenever the update does officially come out. But just know there's a lot of game-changing stuff coming in my opinion, and some really cool stuff we'll be able to interact with. So if you guys want to stay in touch and up to date with all that, subscribe to the channel here because we'll be doing videos on it whenever it comes around the corner. And the rumors are having it that it shouldn't be too far away, but, you know, I don't know. I'm not a developer. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out the video. And of course, I'll catch you guys in Aneurysm 4. And hopefully in the future, Misery. Peace.
Hit that like, don't be slow. Sub up fast when the content glow. This that prime work, every vid hit. Why just watch when you can commit? Bell on loud, now you locked in. Comments lit when the squad check in. Algorithm shook, numbers climb. Chroma gang deep like a void war crime. You like it, sub it. Chroma gang run it. Bell on blast when the new drop done it. No mid-fids, we only post pressure. Chroma gang flex, prime built no lesser.